you beautifully awakened souls. It's your favorite spiritual psychology and trauma coach here, Alex. We are coming in with another amazing episode on Awakening with Alex, where we help you heal your soul wounds and awaken to your soul's purpose. Y'all, today we are doing our, full moon in Leo. I just drank some water because I was hydrating. The energy is hot, so make sure you hydrate if you're working with energy. But today, y'all, we are coming in with our full moon in Leo, and it's a ceremony, y'all. We are going to be doing a lot of cleansing work. So that's really just the energy I'm feeling with this particular one, where there's just a lot of opportunity for healing, and we're going to totally get into that. But first, I want to pray us in. So if you will, go ahead and just close your eyes and I'm in just knowing the truth right here and right now, knowing the divinity, the love, the healing that is coming forth, the knowledge, the wisdom, those beautiful, glorious aha moments as the soul awakens to the truth that it intuitively knows. And it's just our human selves that are trying to catch up. And I am knowing that our human selves are fully in the reception mode, able to fully receive the divine downloads, love, intuitive healing that is coming through right here and right now. And I am just holding all this space for all the beautiful souls on the other side of the screen as we are all beautifully interlinked with one another in quantum entanglement, and just knowing the beauty of this love, this healing, and this uplifting that is happening right here and right now. And so it is. Amen, amen, and amen. All right, y'all. So before we get started, I do want to share this because the reality is we are in this massive, massive healing time, and I'm so excited. And we have an event coming up. It's free on the 26th, which is a Sunday. And this is going to be a 2-hour kind of retreat style event. It's going to have some psychoeducation, some dance, a lot of the stuff we do in my program. But y'all, this particular event is to help you kind of release a lot of the stress, because we're going to be getting into some of this stuff that March has a lot to do with. So I didn't realize it because I got the downloads about this particular class about 4 weeks ago. And then the confirmations as to why exactly came in about a few days ago. So now it all makes sense. But the reality is before March gets here, we are getting ready to start our new session, our new 5-month intensive cohort, where we have multiple touch points a week, where for people who are really ready to deal with their trauma, and especially people who are maybe a little bit unsure, going into this retreat. This is a 2-hour retreat. It's event is free. Sign up, share it with your friends, share it with anybody who you are thinking needs to get into just like loosen up through meditation, through moving their bodies and deeper understanding. This event is for them. Let them start breaking into this work, because it's a massive, massive time for healing. And if you caught my new moon in Aquarius video, I talked a lot about this stuff and how important this full moon was and all this healing. And then we've got these eclipses coming up, and it's just like a whole slew of energies that are happening right now, y'all. And we're in the thick of it. So let's make use of this. So with this, like I said, we have this coming up. This is on our website. You can find all the links in the description for wherever you're watching. Go to our event calendar, which is this page. You will be asked your time zone, because we are so blessed to be able to reach people all over the world. This is a virtual event. Or if you go to our link tree, it is this first one right here that you will click on, and it'll take you straight to it. Of course, we do have a variety of other services, as it's not just we are a one-stop shop and a multitude of things. We do have a couple litters on the ground. They're ready to go home around the end of March. So we do have some spots left for these litters who were just born, if you guys are interested. And then, of course, getting into the hydroponic stuff, I'm your person. Let me know. I would love to help you do what I have done, and that is help raise my family and a clean, sustaining system. We are getting to where we're completely independent, and I'm super excited to have that opportunity to do so. But y'all, this full moon. Okay, so I mean, most people in like the medical field know, or emergency services, military, that type of thing, like they generally know when we have full moons, that's usually when shit hits the fan, to say it nicely. And this one is no different in the theatrics of the drama that can come out, right? Of course, we have our Leo, right? And the thing is that comes to mind was like, it's a fiery and rebellious spirit, but everything is coming from like the depth of our hearts. And so if you caught me last couple weeks ago with our last new moon episode, and we had talked about just everything coming forth, and it's all for the healing. It's all for the greater good. It's all these deep secrets. Like, now is the time for the revelation. That's like the energy we're in, where it's like rebellious, where it's like, no, I'm going to dig into the truth. No, I'm going to, and it's just like, and really, I always kind of go back to personally, I always try to look at the person's intent. Is this person coming from like that true soul seeking kind of like divine seeking aspect, or is it their ego is inflated? That's really coming in, and there's a lot of that kind of human shit being combative, right? Where is this person coming from and their intent? And if the person is coming from a pure intent, even if we're clashing heads, it makes it easier for me to kind of step back and breathe through the emotions that are hitting me, because we are all in this human reality. We are all trying to figure it out. We are all just trying to have, generally speaking, not, I shouldn't say all, is like not all inclusive, but like generally speaking, most people are trying to have like a positive human experience, right? They're not trying to cause harm to other people. They're just trying to find the divine truth, generally speaking, right? And that's really where a lot of this is coming from. It's like, I have so much heart, I have so much love, I have so much desire to have clarity and to speak truth, right? And that can even mean, when we're going to get a little more into this, but that can even mean where you are actually calling people out publicly, which is kind of like, I would discourage doing things like that. I've always been of the thought where you praise in public, reprimand in private, just because, being reprimanded or having a difficult talking to, it doesn't feel good usually in a lot of respects. Maybe it's things that, you or the other person failed on or whatever it is. There's usually some sort of discomfort associated with those types of conversations. And so being able to have these conversations in private makes it a little less flared up, if you will, right? A little less agitated when someone's receiving that information, because then you have like the public humiliation, that type of thing that can coincide with that experience, which of course can inflame and aggravate any emotional situation. And ideally, we don't want that. At least not right now. There's a ton of intense like dramas, and it's like the petty shit. So this particular moon is considered a snow moon. A lot of stuff, I'm here in America, so this is where it would be considered a full, or excuse me, snow moon. It is happening at 12:28 Central Standard Time on the 5th of February, which is Sunday. This particular one I have personally found a little bit interesting with the synchronicity. So this moon is at 16 degrees of Leo. So in the last 5 moon cycle like points, we have calculated them out to be they're at 16 degrees of whatever sign that they're in. This is the 5th time that this has happened at 16 degrees, and it's on the 5th of February. So that was just something interesting. And it's at 16 degrees, 1 + 6 is 7, 7 the complete cycle. And so it's just like, when you look at the healing aspects and kind of just like you step back and really look at like, wow, what is this moon and everything really uh, dealing with when it comes to like the overall theme? It's just like I said, it's like a very fiery and rebellious spirit, that like coming from like this place of just like deep wanting and longing for like love and compassion and heart, felt moments in the situations, right? So one of the things I really want you to try to think about is go back to what you had wrote out for your manifestations during the new moon. Go back to those notes or journal, whatever it is that you like to keep it in. I recommend a journal, something you can go to like stores and get pretty cheap, but I mean like, or inexpensive, but they're not cheap quality kind of a thing. Um, $5-6 for something like that. A nice journal. Keep your writings and stuff, and keep track of this stuff, because it's really important. Because I actually do want you to go back, because the last time we had Leo in any kind of new moon or full moon was in the new moon of Leo, which was last July during the Leo season. Now, I just kind of wanted to hold space too, because like as we're getting ready to go through a lot of this healing time, if we're in this, if you're watching this, you're going to definitely be feeling into the energies during this video, simply because we are currently filming in the energies of it. And I really want you to look back at July of 2022. And what was life like? What were you doing? What were your perceptions? What was life like for you? And I want you just to take heed and look at the growth. And it could be a little bit, it could be a lot, it doesn't really matter, but look at the forward progression. And even maybe evaluate some of the things that just really aren't working, because this is such a monumental healing time and energy that is happening right now, because like we're on the cusp of like all these eclipse energies. So it's like Leo is already like really powerful. You've got all this intense energy, and then we've got the eclipses, and everything is like in this massive cycle, which is great. All of this stuff needs to happen, but it can also be really uncomfortable, really like that dark shit that like we're just trying to like stuff down, because we're like, ooh, we don't want to look at it. And that's why I said, with everything coming up with like my programming, because I was actually going to do my program earlier than that, and it was this whole thing just like going into the divine downloads, even though at the time that I was planning these things, I had no idea what was going on. And now I see it, and now I'm like super excited, because we are in these deep clutches of healing our souls, healing our just everything. It's so awesome. And I'm really excited, because y'all, for real, We are in the year of 2023. This is the year that anything can happen. We can create. If you've heard me and all my stuff before, I've been talking about this for months now because of the energies before we even entered it and just like what's been going on. Y'all, we are in these amazing energies. And with that being said, we can do so much with it. And so it's like, but we have to be willing, right? We have to be willing to put our egos aside and be like, okay, what is going to be of the most divine healing? What is going to be of the most divine clearing? All right, y'all. And so really take heed. Where were you in July of 2022 and where are you now? And where do you want to go? Where are things working and not working? What do you want to change? And get really clear because, especially as we get ready to do our meditation here in just a short little bit, we're going to meditate with that. What is our heart needing? What is our heart needing the most? And then creating the reality that exists, whatever that is. Whether we just need a daily hug or we need a high five or I don't know, whatever it is your heart needs. There's no right or wrong. It doesn't, there's no judgment, right? It's whatever your heart specifically needs, is needing right now to feel like whole. And it can look in so many different ways. And just when we can sit back and actually sit with ourselves, the good, the bad, and the ugly of what is and isn't working, that can be so, it's like, it makes it so much easier to deal with, right? Decompressing, right? So, the biggest things that I also see with this is this is the biggest is the invitations. We are able to set forth the invitations for healing and clearing of the energy within ourselves and then in all of our relationships. So maybe you've been on the rocks with a relationship. Now is the time to clear that negative energy and restore that relationship. It could be a friendship, a work relationship, a boss employee relationship, partner and your partner or spouse, whatever you call them, like that relationship. Now's the time to clear that energy and fill it back up with something new and positive. And so that might be an example of like, what is my heart needing right now? My heart is needing to restore this relationship with my friend or my sister or my child or whatever it might be. And just being able to hold space for that and recognizing what it really is that your heart is needing. So we've got a few different so we've got some squaring action, we've got some training action, sextiling action. Basically, squaring is where things are very conflicting. We have the trining, which is something that's very harmonious. And then, of course, the sextiling, which is also a harmonious type of energy. All right. So the biggest things with all of the different aspects that are happening is, with Uranus, where it is being connected, we're dealing with our self-worth, our truth, all of that, right? And this is where you're getting a lot of that rebellious kind of energy, that restlessness, where you're just like, I need to move, I need to do something. So this is where you are feeling a lot of that energy. Get up and move, dance, go exercise, do something that causes your body to physically move. Because when we physically dance and we move and we do yoga or whatever it is, it doesn't matter. Just moving our bodies, it helps from like move the energy around and stuff, and it makes our bodies feel better, right? So if we have some of that, that's one of the ways you can deal with some of that restlessness. Now, of course, with the sun being squared as well, this can cause, that's like your petty chaos, right? So that means, y'all, we do got to check ourselves, okay? If we are having, like, when we are feeling very conflictual, if we are feeling that way with someone, check it ourselves and being like, okay, is this something that's my ego is worrying up, that it's just like, okay, I see you wanting to have this very, because Leos do not like to be shamed, especially publicly shamed. So that's where, especially where I was talking about before, if you are in some sort of conflict, in my personal opinion, I always think it's better to praise in public, reprimand in private. And this, especially with the Leo energy, super hot and heavy, y'all, you might have a serious cat fight on your hands where people will get petty as fuck. No offense to Leos, but that is the shadow side of a Leo. They can be petty as fuck, y'all. And this is just not that time that you want to be engaged in that energy. So it's like checking ourselves. That's where this is such a blessing, and being aware of like, am I being petty right now? Do I need to check myself? Do I need to just take a deep breath and like step back from the situation and just like breathe through it? How does this need to go? And being able to also recognize in other people, like, oh wow, this person is really in this shit, and recognizing that we don't have to engage just because someone's acting a certain way. We don't have to engage. We don't have to be part of their bullshit. All right, y'all. So just different things to be reminded of right now. It could be super magnifying in your life, depending on where you're at in your chart and all the different things, right? And then, of course, the midhaven. This is really so the midhaven is being impacted a couple of different ways. And overall, this is where your emotions, like they're wanting to be visible. That's why I said a lot of this healing, these things that it's like, all right, that fiery and rebellious, like, no, this is like the facts. And this might be where you're facing people who are addicts, where you were like, look, man, your addiction has, this is what has happened, right? And really holding truth to people's feet, even though it might be seen as rebellious, it might be seen as fiery, it might be seen as passionate, and it is, but it's coming from that place of love. It's coming from that place of passion and healing and wholeness that is the body is trying to get to. They're trying to sustain. It's trying to, step into that flow of, right. And so this is where, again, this is in the home as well with your money, things wanting to be visible, where everything is wanting to be seen. And that's also where that boasting and that regalness of the Leo energy, like, yeah, what's up? Like that kind of like wanting to be seen, showmanship. It can be good, it can be bad. If you are being put on blast for how awful of a person you are in a public eye, well, that can be probably pretty humiliating, and you're going to likely get some serious fiery responses, regardless of whatever end you're on, right? Or at least the urge to have them. And, it's okay if you have the urges to have them. You're human. It's not shameful to have the urges. It's what you do with the urges. It's what you do with the emotions. It's what you do with, those situations, right? It's not bad to have the emotions. You're human. It's part of the human experience, all right? Now, with that being said, um, the sextiling action, all right, y'all, this is where simultaneously, if you are pursuing romantic relationships or in a romantic relationships, things are very hot and heavy. And then, of course, we have like Valentine's Day, which is right around the corner. So, of course, a lot of people are into that. And that's just amplifying the energies, all right, y'all. So, there's a lot of passion and stuff in also this could be on the flip side of it, people who are needing to break up, finally meeting that breaking point. I don't know why I'm feeling led to say that, but somebody needs to hear that. If that is you, go with your gut instinct, listen to your intuition. It's not wrong. Go with it. Even if it's hard at first, it'll get easier. I promise you, if that is you being called. All right, y'all. So also, I have been highly fascinated by Vedic astrology as of this last probably 2 years now. And I do follow someone called Joni Patri, and she was talking about for February. February isn't, like, I guess, quote unquote, anything in comparison to March, because March is very fiery, apparently. A lot of really crazy shit happening, which she's been really on point with a lot of things. So I'm just like, oh, this will be interesting. And that's where I kind of chuckled when I just heard this. And I was like, oh, now I see why I was told to push everything back and why I was told to do the retreat the way I did and or I've created it and all that stuff. And so it makes sense now. So if that is you, go ahead and go into the description wherever you're watching and sign up. It's free. Honestly, might as well, right? Go and have some fun, set aside 2 hours on a Sunday morning and enjoy. So one of the things that is also being highlighted too with the Leo aspect of this full moon is like the self-care, the self-love, and not in like an egoic way, but like just nurturing our body. So what I did want to do really quick before we get into the meditation is 1444. I love it. Go through one way you can do some self-care for your body. And this is doing a coffee scrub. I'm going to put the ingredients on the screen. So for the coffee scrub, if you want to take a picture of this, write this down, I'll leave it up. One of the ways we do want to take care of ourselves, y'all, is just making sure we're taking care of, like, we're getting enough sleep. Full moons can make sleep disruptions a little bit hard. Plus, of course, the emotions, dealing with a lot of intense energies, especially if you work with and around a lot of people, or you have to be around a lot of people during large parts of your day. It's a variety of things that can make it more difficult. All right, y'all. And so we want to make sure we're taking care of our bodies. So that's where the coffee scrub came in, doing a lot of the cleansing. This is amazing. If y'all take like a hot shower, leave it on for about 5 minutes. When you do it in like apply it in small sections. Sorry, I thought I heard my dog. We got my girls right there. So make sure everybody's doing okay. But you want to make sure you're applying them in small circles, right? In all the different areas, and it tightens up and it cleans up the skin. It just makes your skin look really nice. Leave it on for about 5 minutes, rinse it off. All right, y'all. So this is what you can do to help nourish your body. And the things that I want you to think about that we're going to get into the meditation with just here in a second is, and if you want to write this stuff down, you can. Really, what is it that my heart needs right now? What is it my heart needs to be nourished with? And that could be with, like I was saying earlier, a hug every day. Maybe you need your partner to say good morning and acknowledge you and just say hi and touch base with you. Maybe you want to give your kid a goodbye hug before they head off to the bus in the morning. I mean, whatever it is, it doesn't matter how big or small it is. Just start thinking about it, because the reality is when we can become aware with what it is we need, that's when we can start being like, oh, now I understand why, maybe I feel disconnected from my partner, why I never get to check in with them. So checking in with them every day before our busy day starts can be a magnificent way to just touch base and have that connection, because maybe my heart is needing connection with my partner. I'm just saying, there's a lot of different ways to get creative with ways to meet the needs that your heart is calling. And right now, with the Leo full moon energy amplifying the heart, y'all, we need to be loving on our heart a bit, all right? So another thing you can ask yourself right now is, what does my mind need? Because just like our heart, our minds are out being activated with still being in Aquarius. We are in that deep thinking type of introspection mindset, right? And so if we do need to feed our mind, like me personally, my mind craves being intellectually stimulated. And so that's something I need to be aware of for what my mind is needing. Okay. And so that might be something for me. What is it that you or your mind specifically is needing to be nourished or loved on right now? So, some things I want y'all to be a little bit extra aware of, okay, is finding that balance between people pleasing and loving on yourself, nourishing yourself, loving on yourself, all of that, right? Because that's really going to be where a lot of this is going to be, finding that sweet spot during this time. Because we do want to love on ourselves, but not so much that we become hermits. We do still want to have this intermingling, because this is how we're getting the ability to heal some of these deeper relationships that we are wanting to actively cultivate. Okay, so it's a beautiful time for that. This is another time to face your fear. So that's where kind of that Leo energy comes from, right? We can call upon that and step into that boldness, step into that love and that balance and that harmony, knowing the truth of everything that we're standing forward in. And then, of course, moving our body and taking care of ourselves with the body scrub. So hopefully you got everything written down. All right, y'all. Go ahead and get some water real quick, because we are going to be going into our meditation. I really want you to think about what is it your heart needs, because that's really what we're going to be working with. I have my heart singing bowl with us that we're going to be working with, and I'm super excited. But yeah, go ahead and get some water, because energy work always dehydrates you. So always want to make sure you have water, something to drink, something to hydrate, something to nourish your body close by, because we need to make sure our bodies are adequately nourished. All right, y'all. So go ahead and just go and close your eyes. I'm just knowing the truth right here and right now, fully activating all of the positive intentions, love to all, harm to none, that is being activated, created, cultivated right here and right now, knowing the truth and divinity and amplifying everything that is created and intensified and just loved on and prayed over and felt into at this time, knowing the truth and divinity of what it means to start creating and upleveling our lives and the drastic impact we have and everyone around us, and knowing the truth and divinity and the love, the healing, the monumental shifts in identity that is coming forward right here and right now. And I'm so excited of this truth and the knowing of the energy and the creation that is happening, and just loving this for every single person on the other side of the screen. And I say yes, yes, yes to the loving creations, love to all, harm to none, that is being cultivated right here and right now. And so it is. Amen, amen, and amen. And with our eyes still closed, I want you to feel into where your body is actually making contact with the ground. Whether you're sitting up or lying down, just becoming very aware of where your feet bones are touching, where your sitting bones are touching, and feeling into this beautiful space. Taking a deep breath in, slowly letting it out. Feeling this beautiful, warming vortex, clockwise vortex being created at the points of contact with the ground, feeling into Mother Gaia, feeling into the earth, feeling into this beautiful, nourishing energy. Just allowing your body to relax, allowing your body to get so present right here and right now. As you take a deep breath in, slowly letting it out. And imagine a little fish hook on the back of your pants as if you're wearing jeans, pulling your hips forward and sucking your belly button back towards your spine, allowing your chest to open up as you roll your shoulders back, as you take your head back and take your gaze with your eyes still closed, up and back, and just allow your body to open up and feeling that energy coming from your pelvic bowl in your uterus area, and just allowing that energy to build this beautiful root chakra energy, feeling this beautiful energy, and just allowing your energy centers to open up and the fluid to just go straight through to your sacral, to your solar plex, filling your heart space, moving through your throat and your third eye, and just coming up through your crown and through your third eye into the space, and just creating this beautiful, beautiful circle. Taking a deep breath in, slowly letting it out, and allowing your body to energize and creating this beautiful energy as your toes start to vibrate and feeling the energy shifting and moving and changing and vibrating as it goes up your toes, to your knees, to your hips, to your stomach, to your chest, and to your arms, all the way up through your body, feeling your body ignite, feeling your body energize, feeling your body creating the energy. Taking a deep breath in, slowly letting it out. And I want you to ask yourself right now, what does my heart need? What does my heart need to feel right now? What does my heart need to feel whole? What does my heart need right now? And allowing yourself to simply hold space without judgment for everything that comes forward and has come forward, that first gut instinct. Just simply holding space for the truth and the love, knowing the healing that is coming forward of this knowledge. It's not good or bad, it's just simply information. It is simply information that is able to be thought through and held and healed. And now that we know what it is that is trying to come forward to be healed, we are creating right here and right now, creating your mind's eye, what the healed whole version out of this situation would look like. And I want you to pull this energy from your sacral right below your belly button with your energy centers opened up, and feel this energy going up from your sacral to your third eye. And I want you to imagine as if it's playing out on a screen right now. You living in this life that is healed, whole, for whatever it is your heart was needing to feel loved, to feel whole, right here and right now. I want you to feel into the emotions as you're imagining what's taking place in front of you. I want you to hold into your emotions. I want you to feel into this emotion. Feel the joy, feel the happiness, feel the relief, feel the gratitude, whatever it is that's coming forward that is highly positive. I want you to feel into these emotions as if you're living this life right now. Now you're living the life that is on the screen. Now you're living and you're stepping into the screen, living into this life, living into this reality that you just witnessed on the screen. Feel the emotions. Feel what it's like. Feel what it's like to wake up every day, to be living with this whole healed heart next to the spouse or the life of your dreams, whatever it is that has changed and taken place. Imagine living in it right here and right now. Feeling into that energy, checking your bank account, whatever that might look like. Feel into this emotion. Feel into this space. Take a deep breath in, slowly letting it out. Take a deep breath in, slowly letting it out. Take a deep breath in, slowly letting it out. I'm just holding those high emotions in your body right now, feeling into that love, feeling into that gratitude, feeling into that healing that has taken place. It's already done in the divine mind, the one mind. It's already done in your mind. And I declare it to be true right here and right now. And so it is. When you're ready to start coming back, wiggling your toes, wiggling your fingers, opening your eyes. Oh. I pray you are abundantly blessed from today's meditation, from today's episode. I pray you are beautifully held wherever you are at in your healing journey. Y'all, right now is truly such a beautiful time to heal. So please make sure you like and subscribe wherever you're watching this. This helps. And share our channel with anyone that you think could use this message today. Because all our mission is here is to help heal and uplift people. And of course, we have our free event coming in on February 26th, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. The links to sign up are in the description wherever you're watching this, or go to our link tree or our website if all else fails. And we will catch you in our next episode, y'all. I love you so much. Now go be great, my loves.